Right, I think this is the third take. I never do more than 3 takes on a video because it's not like it's a job. I mean, we just trying to educate a few people on trapping hogs, and if we got time, we're going to videotape it. But like I always say, it's about our customers and the board. Went ahead and flipped the switch on a single boar. We have pulled. It's June now. Since the end of January, we've pulled 100 hogs out of this one trap. And that kind of shows you that you don't necessarily need to move a trap. Trap placement is important, but you don't need to move a trap to trap hogs. Trap placement's important, human scent's important. We went ahead and took him. I think he's been floating around there for 2 or 3 weeks now. We've got other hogs on the other side of the property that eventually probably will work their way over there. And I'm not thinking he'd be real nice with other hogs. So we're gonna buzz up there. It's about 20 miles up the road. Run a thermal, run the 22 standard procedure, take him out and get out of there. Probably lay a little extra corn on the ground. Trap is not due for maintenance for about another 12 days. So we're not gonna mess with maintenance. It's gonna be more about just laying a little extra corn down, try to be as quiet and stealthy as we can and get him out of there. We're gonna do a little tech video over here real quick within what we're doing. For years and years, we've run 25 round 10-22 mags in all of our 10-22 platforms. We have one daytime rifle, very seldom use it because we don't agree with trapping hogs in the daytime, but it does happen. We have 2 22s dedicated for nighttime, and we've always run the 25 round mags, but we didn't run them to full capacity. We ran them to 20 rounds, and some of you that are in the business understand, not jamming it, put a lot of pressure on that spring, so 20 rounds all the time. They've been good mags for us. We trap, like we always say, 1,000 to 1,500 hogs a year. It's a lot of 22 rounds, but we've started having some issues with them. Just kind of like, I don't know what to think about that. We'll take them apart, we'll clean them, we'll do everything. So, that being said, we went to Ruger, and now we are running 15 round mags. 15 round mags. Much smaller, okay? You can see the size comparison. But we've had a lot better luck with them. Nothing against the 25 round mags, but we've had a lot better luck with the 15 round mags. So, basically we're running 5 less rounds per mag, but it is what it is, When you're shooting hogs in a trap, it's not about, we say this all the time, it's not about throwing a bunch of lead. It's being strategic with your shots, we carry a little belly bag right here. I've probably seen it in some of the videos, and basically I wear it on my waist. Little belly bag as I call it, and the mags are right there, easy exchange. Works out really well. But we're taking calculated, humane shots, laser sight, flashlight combos, and just boom, behind the ear. So we're not really burning a lot of rounds because we're being strategic about it. And if you slow down your shooting, it slows down the craziness in the trap. So you're not prolonging the process. You're being more humane about the process because you're simply being more strategic about your shots. So 15 round mags, these are actually Ruger mags. Ruger does not sponsor us, Ruger does not endorse us, Ruger does not pay us. We just happen to like their mags, and we like their 10-22 platforms. And my daddy bought me one when I was a little booger eater, and wish I still had it, but I don't. But that was like one of my first 22s was a 10-22, so they're just a neat gun. So all that being said, I got the Tacoma loaded up, I got the Recon loaded up. Nobody's going with me. It's a single bore. It's quick, quick down and dirty. We've got another system literally right now that's building. It's up to 20. I actually added a 3rd camera today, and I may just go ahead and throw that footage into this video. It just depends how it all turns out tonight. So as you can see, it's a standard Jaeger Pro 12-panel gate, 3-leg on-time feeder, heavy bait. You can see where they've just been wearing out under the gate, ice camera on the outside. We have a little road, so we can actually drive down to this trap. There's my shoes. Once I got up here, I took them off. rubber boots down there with deer pee on it, sock feet, and hanging off here is the live video. Got it secured with an HME. That's not an advertisement. We just like their mounts. 12-volt backup battery system, live video camera. And so appreciate the feedback on the videos, appreciate the comments, appreciate all of it. We really do. And keep it coming, because clearly we have no clue what we're doing as far as this video crap goes. We just trying to take a few minutes, plug it in there. I ain't gonna lie that I do the majority of the editing now. Zeb has started his YouTube channel, and he's pretty consumed with that. And so the editing is not what it used to be, but the videos don't pay any bills. That pays the bills, so that's where we're gonna stay. All right, so y'all hang on, and we fixing to get her done. All right, so we are here on property. The trap that we were at earlier today that we added a third camera to is loading up pretty good right now. So it's not unusual for us to add multiple cameras. We're always gonna run 2 cameras on every system, but sometimes we'll add a third camera. This particular trap, due to the social issues, we added a third camera, and pretty exciting for hog trapping world. You know, I mean, it's loading up now, but this trap started off with like 10, this was probably 6 weeks ago. It got up to 15, did pretty good, thought we were level at 15, and then our hogs disappeared. We actually went across the road. Got a video of them across the road one morning when I was dropping on a single. And now they're back across the road where they started, and now they're pushing like 19, 20. But major social issues going on, so we're just kind of waiting. And again, you know, warm weather. Now, we had a huge rain tonight. It's 71 degrees, feels like winter time out here for us. I kind of had to roll the windows coming up here, so I was getting cold. I'm gonna break out a sweatshirt, but you know, 100-degree days, still trap hogs. Just gotta know where the water's at, and gotta know you need food, water, and cover. And in these hot days like this, they're gonna clearly need some water. So we're gonna buzz down this hill. We're probably about, I don't know, 800 yards from the trap. Like I said earlier in the video, we've taken over 100 hogs out of this trap. It has not moved. It just hasn't moved. It's been there for a couple years now, but literally since the end of January, when deer season ended for us, over 100 hogs, and it just keeps on. I mean, it's just crazy. We've taken, I know, a group of 36, at least one group of 36 out of here. I think there's been a couple like that. And so, there you go. I'm starting to fizzle out. Long day. Spent a long time today inside our shop working. It was like 110 in there. But taught karate tonight, and I just got to keep moving before the hummingbird goes to sleep. So we're gonna buzz down here. So hang on. All right, we're right here at the trap. We're kind of back by the camera side, so we're gonna ease up. Try to get over to the gate side. Nothing on the thermal. I just grounded the thermal. I'm on the 22 now. He hasn't made a sound. He hasn't hit a panel. He hasn't done anything. Hang on. All right, I gotta cut through some brush to get to the front, to the gate. This is generally where party's over at this point. He'll know. gate. All right, he's coming alive now. Pretty dark. Oh, there we go. All right. We'll light him up. All right, fella. Ooh, pretty big. I think he'll come over here. There we go. Really working this other side. Nice size boar. See how he's going around there? He's really, you know, checking each panel. Checking each panel. He may have been trapped before. I wouldn't say any Jagger Pro, just that there's a lot of traps out there that panels are just messed up. That's why the Jagger Pro panels are 68 inches tall, small squares at the bottom. But as you can see, we got a lot of brush in here. We are running a live video camera. 3-legged on-time feeder. And over here we've got the good old ice camera. But we got her tucked down here in some pine trees. Got him plenty of brush. I like that brush in that trap. Like I said, he's probably been coming in here for 2 or 3 weeks. We're gonna go ahead and put him down. All right, he went down pretty good. He was a little amped up. It's hard. I mean, they get amped up like that. I don't blame them. I mean, you told me in a 33-foot diameter trap, I'd probably get amped up too. But we went ahead and put a wiggle in it. When I saw him really start screwing with these panels right back here, I mean, I could have edited that out. I'm not going to do that. We want to keep it real. You know, a lot of these solo boars have been trapped before, and what happens is people just leave them in there, and people leave hogs in traps all night long, and we don't agree with that. It's not humane. 2, they're the 4th smartest creature in the world, and you give them enough time, they're going to figure things out. You know, if they don't start digging, if they start, you know, what he did was, I saw him do it, and I've seen it for years now. They'll grab those panels literally with their jaws, you know, their teeth, and they'll grab them and they'll pull on them, you know, and he pulled them. I saw that panel pop up a little bit like that. Now, you could come in here and T-post it and do all that. You don't really need to do that, provided you respond to the trap as quickly as you can. You know, we dropped, I got up here. If you give them all night to think about something, hogs are going to figure it out. I mean, they just are. He's been around the block, in my opinion. When you come up to a trap and you watch them go around these panels and they're shoving their head down and they're lifting and they're going to each panel, and that's what he was doing. And he got over to that one and was like, and then he grabbed it with his teeth and started pulling up. It is what it is, man. So, you know, a lot of our hog problems are not personally our fault, but it's human beings. We've educated them. We've made them smart, and we're making them smarter every day with trapping systems that don't have a camera. You know, this one's got 2 cameras, and we're running one 15 miles that way. Running right now, it's got 3 cameras. You know, we're trying to do everything we can to keep from educating hogs. And like I said, if you leave them in here, you know, and they get out, that's on you. You know, and I had a lady send me a video from one of our competitors, meaning a different trapping system, and that hog was in there all night, and about 30 minutes before daylight, he crawled out. I didn't post the video. Why not? It ain't the trap's fault. I'm not overly fond of the competitor's trap. I really am not, due to the size and some other issues, but it wasn't the trap's fault. If you did what you're supposed to do, the hog would have been a done deal. But instead, 30 minutes before daylight, and I'm confident that's not the first time he's gotten out of one of them, because he literally just kind of sat down, looked around, and just crawled right over it like there was nothing to it. There was no hopping and jumping. But this fella here, I think he's been in a trap before, but guess what? Not no more. So we'll give you a little footage of him. He's a nice size hog. He really is. You can see why we want to remove him from the equation, because that direction, we've got two different groups of hogs that we would like for them to come over here, but they're not going to come in here with Big Boy unless it's a hot sale or something. I mean, he's not nice. I mean, he's not our friend. He's probably not their friend. And the reason he's single is because he's just a big boy and he likes to push his weight around. So enough flip flapping. Let's get some footage of him, and then I got to get up to the hill and get the four-wheeler and get this show on the road. All right, so as you can see, I mean, he's a big hog. Grown. No real big cutters on him. Nothing huge, but he's a big hog. I mean, definitely a big hog. So, again, we talk about tails. He was a big bushy-tailed hog. And there you go. So a lot of the way we gauge them is like over here at the gate with the ice camera. You know, you'll look at them on these gates. You know, if that hog gets over the top of that gate, meaning his back is taller than that center bar, then we know we're dealing with a hog that's got some size to it. You know, one of the disadvantages to the live video system, it's a good system, but it's a 90-degree angle lens, and it gives what we call a fisheye effect. So it distorts the image of the animal depending on which way they're turned or looking. We've got turkeys and, you know, come in these traps and they look like an ostrich. It's just a turkey. So running the ice camera on the outside helps us determine the size of the hog, and then also gives us also reluctancy. The first couple of times he came by this trap, he never came in. He just walked around outside that gate and left. And it just took him enough times to realize, hey, this is a good deal. So we're gonna head up and get the four-wheeler and probably give you a little bit more footage, and we're gonna call it a night. Hang on. All right, we are back here in the shop. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Tacoma's put up. Four-wheeler is, we actually left the four-wheeler in a trailer, but it's under one of our buildings. We keep everything under a roof. We like to keep our stuff looking nice and keep it covered. I've got to use the four-wheeler tomorrow on our property, so I went ahead and just left it on the trailer. Our big four-wheeler stays on a trailer in the building right next to us, and it's always ready to roll. Not that you care about all that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you kind of noticed, you know, right from the get-go, you know, saw that boar going around them edges. That's a telltale sign, man, right there. He's been there, done that. And then, like I said, when you see him squat down, you know, he didn't really do the squat down, but, you know, when they do the squat down, that means probably they've cleared, you know, panels before. And so imagine responding to that trap after that hog has been in there all night, and then you drive up in the daylight right to the trap. Like, we see videos all the time on that. Don't understand that at all. Even during the daytime, we try to sneak up. But you drive up like that, don't you think inside that hog's head that he's like, hey, it's time. It's time to flip the switch on his end, and he's getting the HE double out of there. Hogs, big bucks, you know, things get big because they're slick, they're smart, and who educates them? We do. Not we as a business, but people in TV land that don't think about it. And we get that you may not think about that, but then once you've been educated or you learn, then, you know, change your behavior. We made a lot of mistakes 20 years ago, and, you know, we're still learning from the mistakes that we continually, you know, learn new things and make. And so, you know, why did I say we need to go ahead and take him out? Because I saw what he was doing. I was like, you know, and that's why it's important to get out there, respond as quickly as you can, sneak up to the trap, go in the dark, you know, have your act together, you know. I mean, once you hit the drop gate command on that Jaeger Pro app, it's your responsibility as a person to humanely take that animal out and get there as quickly as you can. And we understand things go wrong sometimes. So, enough chitter chatter. Already ate my big ass salad. Probably gonna do some blueberries and maybe some yogurt and call it quits, take a shower. Got the baby waiting right outside the door for me. And that's it. We are pretty much caught up with maintenance for the month. We're coming towards the end of it, and then we're going to get hammered. I think We're at 24 or 25 systems out right now, and I think we're like over 60 cameras. But the beauty is we're through planting season. Things have really calmed down. I'm not dog-ass tired, 12 hairy ninja monkeys beating on me every day. This planting season was pretty rough, I ain't gonna lie. It was starting to feel like a job. It's nice now that, not so exhausted all the time, and, so fingers crossed, I can see the app. The notifications are coming in. I'm not using the fancy camera, so I can see them in the camera. This new trap coming in, really excited about it. 3 cameras going on it, and the hogs are just hammering it right now. And so once we lock it down, maybe in the next couple of days, we'll have a pretty good number, and we'll flip the switch. So y'all have a great night. Give us some feedback, and fixing to hit the big red button.